A few days ago, we saw Nelson Chamisa post on his X.com where he says recalibrating. Now, Nelson Chamisa is generally a leader who would operate in a political party. Now that he doesn't have a political party yet, he is just a leader of the citizens. He is not an activist. So obviously his political approach will be different from activism. So a lot of people have been concerned. Why is Chamisa not protesting? Why is he not saying anything about the SADC? Of course, we see him speak and we see many people trying to ride on his name, claiming allegiance or association with him. Now in this video, I'm going to be giving a hypothesis of Nelson Chamisa's future plans, and I'm going to list 5. Then we're also going to look at the progress of dialogue efforts, what has happened so far, and where are we right now. Nelson Chamisa plans. Nelson Chamisa's plans are centered around addressing the aftermath of the disputed 2023 elections and forming a new political strategy. Now, here are some key points regarding his plans. Formation of a new party. After leaving the Citizens Coalition for Change CCC in January 2024, Chamisa is expected to launch a new political party. He is reportedly preparing to unveil a manifesto outlining his vision and strategies for the future. Now we are in the 8th month of the year. It will be now 7 months since Nelson Chamisa left the Citizens Coalition for Change, now being the citizens corrupt in charge. It's no longer Chamisa Chete Chete. Number 2, focus on electoral disputes. Chamisa emphasizes the need to resolve the issues surrounding the 2023 elections before moving forward. He stated that he would not engage in the 2028 elections until the disputes from the 2023 are settled, highlighting the urgency of addressing the governance crisis in Zimbabwe. Number 3, dialogue with the current government. Chamisa is advocating for dialogue with President Emmerson Mnangagwa to resolve the electoral disputes. He has expressed a commitment to peaceful negotiations and has engaged various stakeholders, including regional bodies like SADC, to seek a solution. Number 4, campaign promises. In his upcoming campaign, Chamisa intends to focus on economic prosperity, anti-corruption measures, and addressing the needs of the populace. His previous campaign themes included promises to fix Zimbabwe's economic crisis and improving the living conditions for citizens. Number 5, engagement with stakeholders. Chamisa has been actively engaging with different groups, including civil society and traditional leaders, to build a coalition and gather support for his new political direction. And now he aims to present a united front against the ruling party and to articulate a clear path forward for Zimbabwe. Overall, Chamisa's strategy involves a combination of establishing a new political identity, resolving past electoral disputes, and engaging in dialogue to foster a stable political environment in Zimbabwe. Now, how has dialogue efforts gone or been going so far?
including our traditional leadership, business community, civil society at large, political parties, other political parties, and members of the diplomatic corps.
Traditional leaders, civil society, political parties.
In particular, I've also sought the mediatory role of the church. I've tried to engage the church leadership in their various representative organizations to try and help us resolve disputed elections and contested national processes, albeit with handicapped progress. I've even numerously efforted to engage with other parties, in particular with the presidential contender, the leader of ZANU-PF.
Other parties, in particular with the presidential contender, the leader of ZANU-PF. Here he is referring to him as the leader of ZANU-PF. So they are all politicians. And in an address like this, that's how he would address him.
He's aware of our point of dispute. I've raised this with him. I've even gone further to give a proposed way forward to resolve the issues that are affecting our country.
I've even...
He's aware of our point of dispute.
Point of dispute?
I've raised this with him. I've even gone further.
I've even gone further
to give a proposed way forward to resolve the...
To give a proposed way forward to resolve. Now, this sounds interesting. A proposed way forward. The particular one will be very interesting to get hold of and find out what's in there. Nelson Chamisa's dialogue efforts with President Emmerson Mnangagwa have faced significant challenges, and here are some key developments. Number one, initial outreach. Chamisa attempted to initiate dialogue by sending an emissary to Mnangagwa, but this effort was thwarted by hardliners within the ruling ZANU-PF party, indicating resistance to engaging with the opposition. Of course, there are people who are after positions. Number two, continued advocacy. Despite setbacks, Chamisa has reaffirmed his commitment to pursuing political dialogue as a means to address the electoral processes from 2023. He has engaged the various stakeholders, including civil society, traditional leaders, and diplomatic community, to build support for dialogue. Number two, regional support. Chamisa is also seeking the involvement of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, to mediate the dialogue process, hoping that regional bodies can facilitate a resolution to the ongoing crisis. Now that Mnangagwa is the new SADC chairperson, what will happen here? Number four, government stance. Recently, Mnangagwa administration has publicly shut the door on dialogue with Chamisa, with government spokesperson George Charamba stating that the opportunity for such discussions has passed. This rejection highlights the difficulty that Chamisa faces in his efforts to engage with the ruling party, President Emmerson Mnangagwa of ZANU-PF. Overall, Chamisa is actively pursuing dialogue and seeking support from various sectors. The response from the government has been largely negative, complicating his efforts to resolve the political impasse in Zimbabwe. So here we see things like hardliners, party hardliners. Back in 2017, there were attempts at dialogue, but these so-called hardliners sometimes draw lines which may seem very hard until or unless one goes around them. With that, I sign out.